Welcome to Cattle Sense, your weekly podcast. I'm your host, Penny Bowie. This Saturday in Savannah, Tennessee, there's going to be a huge elite Beefmaster sale. It's the 24th annual of the Southern Tradition Sale. Today, I have the host of the sale, owner of Jones Beefmasters, and my friend Clark Jones. Welcome, Clark.
Well, thank you, Penny. It's a pleasure to be here with you. And I want to start out by saying how much I appreciate what you do for our program. You've done our advertising for over 35 years, and it's been a joy and a pleasure to work with you. So I want to make sure I got that in. But
Yeah.
I want to talk a minute. I want to invite everybody to come to number 24 for us. It's a very special day for us because it's significant because it's 50 years for the Stone Cipher family, and that's a landmark and a legend in our breed. And it's just going to be a special day. We're having a special offering of cattle. We're going to sell over 100 head of cattle of what we believe to be about 86 years of hard work. And it's a pleasure for me to be a part of it.
86 years, that's a long time, Clark.
Yes, it is. I mean, Rick Scott and Dr. Lowell and the family, they've got 50, and this is my coming on 37 for me in the Beefmaster breed. It's been
Yeah.
one of the great passions and joys of my life to be involved with this breed and the people in it. So I look forward
Fortunate to
to it.
have you in the breed, too.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. But it's been a humbling experience for me, and I enjoy uh, the people, everybody we work with. Of course, we've got Trey Shear and my friend Bruce Robbins on with us today. We'll also have at sale, Mr. Mike Green, my friend, works with us, been a consultant all the way for me, Mr. Noe Lopez, and of course, my right arm, Justin Williams, my ranch manager, who's been with me 23 years, most of his life, I guess. And it's a pleasure. And you can contact any of those folks if you have an interest in anything, if you're not able to be here. We'll also be up live on DV auctions. Mr. Wade Fisher will be doing that for us, and we'll have everything that we can do to make sure that your buying experience is what you hoped it would be.
Yeah, that'd be great. Tell me the story behind Jones Beefmasters and the Cottage Farm partnership and coming together to make the Southern Tradition sale.
Well, I'm gonna give Bruce credit for that. We for several years, I guess I'd had I don't know, 14, 15 production sales, and Cottage Farm's been going on for years. I would dare even try to count how many they've had, and we were alternating years, and things come along, and I said, well, we've been using tents and pens and things that your dad worked with for years, and I said, well, I'm gonna build us a sale barn, and we got together, and I built a sale barn, and a pretty big facility. And Bruce said, well, dadgummit guys, instead of jumping around from Jackson to Savannah, let's just go together and do it every year in Savannah. And I said, well, it's a great idea. And I guess we're 10 or 12 now we've done together, and it's just been a joy. And as Trey says, it gives us opportunity to have a little something for everybody. We both share a common theme in this thing is proven predictable genetics. If you've heard both these young boys say several times, Bruce got it, and that's the theme. I focused as much as I could on the pole cattle that had performance, and then you got the legendary genetics that Cottage Farms brings every year with the Oasis cow and her daughters and progeny. So that's kind of where it come about. I'll give Bruce credit for that, and that's how it happened. And it's just been a joy, and I hope we continue to do it for many years.
Well, let's just take a moment and let's head out to the sale pen and view the sale cattle. Our sponsor today is the Beefmaster Cowman, located in San Antonio, Texas, the official publication of the Beefmaster Breeders United. I would like to introduce the publisher, editor, and my friend E.C. Larkin. Howdy, E.C.
Hey, Penny, thanks. On behalf of the Beefmaster Cowman and all of our staff, we would like to congratulate Jones Farm and Cottage Farms on their 24th annual consecutive Beefmaster Southern Tradition sale. But today, especially, we want to congratulate and show our gratitude to Dr. Lowell Stonecipher and the Stonecipher family for their 50 years of producing superior Beefmaster genetics. Thank you.
Clark, I know you have some good sale managers helping you with this sale. Let's bring them into the show.
Let's bring the boys on and let them talk to cattle. That's what they
That's
do
right.
best. I'm just the helper is all I am, Penny.
We have Bruce Robbins with Robbins Cattle Company and Trey Shear with Strategy Cattle. Hey, Bruce and Trey, let's talk about the genetics and offering we're going to be having.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh yeah, well, it's just an amazing offering, and I think Clark summed up a lot of what we were going to say right there in his intro a while ago. The the time that these guys have spent, the dedication that they have to this breed and to their cattle operations, it's just a wonderful blend of two fabulous programs, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest advantage that customers have with this program or this event is that you're getting the best that the breed has to offer as far as a spectrum. Clark brings in so much of the pole genetics, the highest performance, unquestionably the performance leader in the breed, especially when it comes to carcass. And then Cottage Farms, just 50 years of tradition and cow families and generation on generation of work and focusing on that, getting those cattle consistent line bred. The combination of the two is going to be really fun and exciting, and the breeders ought to be really excited about coming to this event and embracing what's offered at Southern Tradition 24.
Yeah, we certainly want everybody to be coming in to the sale day or tuning in on DV. But I'm excited about seeing the cattle. I know Clark had told me this is probably one of the best set of cattle that he's ever put up for auction. And I'm sure College Farms is the same way. So let's get out to the sale pen and let's look at lot one.
Yeah, this lot number one female probably be starting a sale. I'm not assuming because I can't be there, of course, as most of y'all know, but I'm going to be here working my tail off to help get them sold with Trey and Clark and Justin. And look at the style, the class, the depth, the quality of this female. It's just second to none. Homozygous polled, homozygous red. Look at her growth performance from 70 to 700 to 1050. Top 1% of the breed in T and M. 12-inch ribeye, over a 6 IMF in that package. Look at the depth, the style, the class, everything that Clark breeds his cattle for. This young female is showing it to you. And at 15 months, this is just an amazing opportunity to get that visual quality with the built-in, bred-in predictability of Love Maker and that sister to Game Day, the Tradition Bull with Masterpiece, Diamond of Soul. It just doesn't get any better than this little female lot one.
Lot one exemplifies kind of my life's work in this thing. And she's what we tried to do, and we've got her put together this time.
Lot number two on the screen now, you see out of the same bull, Heartbreaker. That Heartbreaker bull just knocked out some great cattle. This one's red and homozygous polled. As Trey was talking about, you got homozygous polled and polled cattle throughout Clark's offering. But again, look at you grow, 71, 620 and 900. Top 15% T, top 2% M, 10 plus on that ribeye, bumping to 4 on the IMF. But the style, the quality, the shape, the pattern that Clark has always built in and bred in. We talk about this a million times over all the years I've been with him. I've been in this thing 40 and met him. He said he's been in 37. We met right up front when he got started. But that's what you breed for. That style, that quality, that consistency, that predictability. And then you get this product and you're getting it offered here.
All right, moving on now. We're going to go right into the Cottage Farms cattle. They just blend so well with the Clark Jones cattle as far as what they offer and the consistency. When you get into Cottage Farms, you have to think, like we said earlier, 50 years of tradition, 50 years of proven pedigree, and it's all about the cow families. When you look at what Clark's achieved over there at his program, you go in there and you see bottom sides that were represented here with the Cottage Farms cattle, and that's what you have to get motivated about. 77 A and B and 78 A and B is the culmination of 50 years. You've got Primate and Mother Nature bringing in Captain Sugar and Oasis, and we're going to go right to the cow families. Yeah, 77 A's on the screen. B's just like her. 78 A and B just as good. We can talk about phenotype all day long. They're all long. They're all flat top, great bone, lots of traditional look, great underlines. Everything Oasis does for the breed is wrapped up in these females right here through Mother Nature. And then on the top side with Primate, you're bringing in the cow families of Jezebel through Logan, and then the Captain Sugar, the Sugar Ann, and of course Oasis herself.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where Cottage Farm has been headed for 50 years. And I love the fact that they did an ad a couple of months ago that showed all of those cow family lines, the family tree. This is what it takes. So when you think about that, the value that's wrapped up in females like this is invaluable. This is where you start your program, and then you add those Clark Jones performance genetics with the pole, the carcass, and all those things. So this heifer in particular, like we said, super long, great femininity, the maternal traits, and you see that with the big dollar M up there in the top 15% of the breed. Then we'll go roll on to 79. We were talking about Oasis. Well, here's probably one of the top Oasis daughters, possibly of all time. Again, bringing in an awesome top side. But look at the massive body in this female, how much capacity. Dark cherry red, the perfect underline. When she walks, you can see that udder floor in there, that perfect teat set. Look at how that tail head is on this heifer. It just comes right out the end of her spine, drops right over those pin bones. See how sound this animal is. And you see that consistently in the Cottage Farms cattle. Every foot track's right where the other one is. The stretch, the body, the femininity. But again, let's go to those bottom side pedigrees. You've got Oasis, bar none, the greatest cow that's ever lived in the breed. There's no other cow that has produced the total volume dollars and the number of progeny has a bigger influence than Oasis herself. And here's a chance to get in on one of those dollars. Then with Brock on the top side, you've got Vision bringing in the 293 cow family and the Painted Tiger and all those things we love with Spartacus. And then you have Red Essence, the best of the L2 program right there. Great L2 genetics, great 293 cow family, all over the top on the bottom side with Oasis herself.
Bruce, tell us about lot 10.
Lot 10 back in Clark's offering. Look at the length, the style, the class, the femininity, the smoothness, as Trey was talking about in that last female. Look at the similarity of this female right here with that extreme length of body, the smoothness, perfect underline, really stylish and got that class look. Game changer. You know, Game Changer is knocking a home run. The picture that we put out there of Game Changer at 9 years old, everybody still loved that bull. And you got that shot, Penny, by accident one day. But that bull is knocked out. Tremendous offering over and over again. Now the bottom side, masterpiece, diamond of soul, tremendous individual in her own right. Of course, a great sister to the Dam and a Great Daybreak bull. Got 68 birth weight, 623 and 1044. Perfect growth. Big T at 2% of the breed, top 2%. Big M at top 10%. That 11-inch ribeye and bumping to 4 IMF in that style, in that quality. This is the kind of females that you see throughout this offering. And she is also homozygous polled. So you want to get this polled product in your program, this is where you can put it together. And then lot number 12, there's no difference right there. She's black and polled, little bitty birth weight of 67, that weaning weight up 6 1/4, yearling weight at 912, 11 and a half on that ribeye, and over a 7 on the IMF under the new system. People ask about the new system. New system's hypercritical on that. This is an incredible opportunity to get a female with that kind of IMF, this kind of style and look and depth and smoothness and overall power, with that bred-in predictability of top and bottom, the consistency, the predictability is built and ready to make money for you.
I'm just getting excited.
Yeah, it's easy to get excited, Penny, about cattle like this. So you're talking about females that bring all the performance. Then you talk about females like 81B. When this heifer walks on the screen right here, all you really need to say is Infinity times Oasis, drop the mic, shut up, and walk away. I mean, this mating right here has had more proven donors than anyone out there. This is the mating that if you buy this cow and you breed her to your bull and the calf's not any good, you better haul the bull off. Okay. This is as good as you can make cows right here. Think about it. You've got Vivid Oasis. You've got Smarty Pants. You've got Deja Vu, and we'll talk about her in a little bit. You've got other new ones like the $40,000 one Rockin' RB bought a few years ago. Consistently, time and again, people want to make this mating. Infinity times Oasis. You can breed this cow any way you want. Take her to one of those performance bulls like a Game Changer. Go out there and get that pole. Find one of Clark's Homo pole, Homo Red Bulls with the giant data. Come right back on this cow. But again, this is how you prove your program. If I were a new breeder or a breeder that had a questionable path or was wondering how they were going to make their program stand out, how they were going to get identified, you do it right here. This is the kind of cow that you buy and you build an entire program off of with Infinity Oasis. Love this package.
She knows she's fancy too.
He's a good one.
This 22A female, Clark and Bailey partnered up on this Miss CJ 1603 female, the great Ring of Fire daughter, back to that Queen of Soul, back to Miss Superior on that bottom side. Just ridiculous consistency of quality, length, streaks of confirmation, the visual quality you're looking for. But then they go in there and they bring in this incredible performance, little 70-pound birth weight, 860 yearling, 10.7 on that ribeye. And this is the number one IMF female at 7.57, and being a full sister to the female they just sold back at the Next Gen sale for $35,000 to that George Brett group in that sale. It shows you the consistency of type and kind and quality and the numbers and the predictable genetics. There's no way to go wrong when you drop Gridmaster back on top of that 1603 female. Gridmaster himself bringing in Rolex and the great eye candy female. Those are individuals that have just done a tremendous job for Clark, combining Diamond of Soul with eye candy. And then you got Queen of Soul and the 8 cow on the bottom. This is all piled together in a beautiful black homozygous polled female. And then you go to 22B. 22B, full sister to the other female we sold at Next Gen I was telling you about. Look at them, guys. There's no difference in them. You wouldn't know if we changed those lot numbers which one was up there. Tremendous length, style, class, quality, charisma, everything you're asking for. Same kind of growth performance, 70 to 850, that 10 and a quarter on that ribeye, and bump over a 4 IMF on this female. They're coming to you bred up. They've both been AI'd to that tradition heifer semen. This, to me, is going to be one of the harder picks of this whole offering, and we have a bunch of stout picks from Clark and from Cottage Farms. But my goodness, how can you fault these two females? If you want black, you want polled, this is the place to go with the numbers, the quality, and the bred in predictability.
Well, Bruce, way I look at it, the buyer needs to buy A and B and keep the consistency, and then you can build a whole program around two.
Exactly. Smart man takes them both.
That's right. That's right. Trey, you going to talk about 83A?
All right, another easy one to talk about. We've got Primate, Deja Vu. Just look at the heifer. I mean, this is what it's all about when you watch her stroll around. What I love in both Clark and Cottage Farm offering is the angularity, the femininity, the maternal traits, the soundness in these cattle. You watch them strolling around here. You don't have cattle that are overly muscled and awkward. You don't have them light muscled. It's a great balance in bringing all those. Look at the way this heifer comes out of her shoulder there at the point of the shoulder. That angularity, the femininity. But look at the length of spine from the top of her shoulder back over her hip. This female's got that extra rib in her. And again, the perfect navel. Look at the bladed. I called it a one underline, Bruce. I don't know. You were an old classifier back in the day. But, I mean, it's a +1, a clean 2, just gorgeous. Yeah, again, gorgeous teat set, you know, great bone, all of the things we love. Easy fleshing, what Oasis is known for right here. But then think about primate semen. Think about what that's been selling for lately. Over $3,000 at auction. There's a lot of genetic value in here when you think about this full sister down there with Infinity and Oasis to some of the ones we're selling, Deja Vu. Go back to those heifers in the sale. You can produce cattle like this. All you have to do is go buy an Infinity Oasis. Go buy a female like this. They've got primate semen offered. Grab a couple of those rare straws of primate. You don't have to reinvent the wheel every time, guys. Just replicate success and do it right here with this female. But any way you cut them, tonal genetics are second to none. When you can put the 8 cow and Oasis up close and personal in your pedigree, the marketability alone. Think about what embryos out of a female like this are going to bring. You've seen people over the last couple of years selling these embryos. Time and again, if you look on the bottom side of those high selling female sorted embryos, they've got cows like this on the bottom side. That's how you go make money in the business.
And the last one we got coming up is like 25, Bruce.
Oh,
What a
this
female.
female is just beautiful. I mean, tremendous depth of body, tremendous bone structure under this female, super fluid in her movement, just impressive in that back end with all the depth of flank and hind quarter, the thickness throughout this female, and in a beautiful front end. Really shows the character that I love in this breed of cattle. That visual quality, that visual on this animal is just tremendous, and it's consistent throughout. Just like Trey was saying, you keep looking at these and you keep seeing them over and over again. This is another tremendous Gridmaster daughter, bringing in Rolex and Eye Candy, Diamond of Soul, all on that top side, and then back down on the bottom to that Swinging Bee Keeley female, back to Sugar Britches, and below that Painted Tiger, Sugar Pie, the tremendous Infinity daughter. So you've got a tremendous blend of the old bulls that made everything jump and go years ago, now step forward with the Gridmaster bull, with all these individuals that we're seeing out of him, just knocking a home run again. 69, 612, over 1,000, 3.5 IMF. I mean, you just don't build that every day, guys. You can go all through this offering and find individuals that have that. But this one is special. This one is beautiful to go along with all the rest of that. And she's been AI'd up to Game Changer. Oh my gosh. That is a home run calf built in the belly of this female. This is a cornerstone female in any program, anywhere. That's what you're looking at right here.
Man, what an offering, Clark. And I know Rick and Scott and Mr. Law. I just, unbelievable set of females.
We appreciate that, Penny, and it's an honor to present these cattle to this breed. And we love everybody here that's working on it, and we appreciate them. And we just want to welcome everybody to come and be with us. Bruce has said many times, selling cattle is important, but your presence means a lot to me. The friendships we make over the years is what's important to us, and seeing everybody investing. So, and we're going to have a pretty good little dinner Friday night. People that come, everybody enjoys that. Bruce, I guess I'll just have to UPS you some fish or something. I don't know what we'll do there.
Yeah, a lot of people there. Everybody knows what.
You and I don't ever eat anyway, but
knows what's going on with me, and it is absolutely killing me to not be there with y'all. And everybody that sees me there, Trey's been there lots of years and seen it, and it's just a wonderful event. I love being around the people and this great set of cattle that both these breeders bring in, and they reach deep every year. And Clark, I love that you said that earlier. When we put this thing together years ago, it was because of what you're seeing right here today. Is both these programs had their own strengths, their own power, their own predictability, their own consistency of marketing. Everything that I preach about every day, people get sick of hearing me for the last 40 years talking about it. But this is why, because these guys put it together, and you can see it in these cattle. You can see it in this offering. And if you can't get excited about this, you can't get excited about anything.
Yeah, these cattle aren't accidents, Bruce. Every once in a while you see cattle out there in the breed, and they're good, and you kind of wonder where they came from. Those are accidents. Nothing here is an accident. When you go out there after the years of being here, this is absolutely the strongest offering I've seen them have, and that says a lot. When you think about the depth, the history, the quality they've offered, but then you bring this to the table, they held nothing back this year, and it's obvious they didn't. And if you're not here, you're really missing out on opportunity. not just to buy, but to learn. Even if you can't buy, come learn. Study the pedigree, study the cow families, study the performance. Look at what 86 years of planned breeding gets you and that success level, and then go home and figure out a way to replicate that, not reinvent the wheel. But a great opportunity, a fabulous weekend in a beautiful setting here in Tennessee.
Yep. Clark, tell me the sale day details.
Oh well, we have dinner at Friday night at 6. That's always a big deal. But I don't get to participate because I'm usually in the alleys talking to people. But we'll start right on time at 10 o'clock. Bruce knows I'm a fanatic about that. We've got I think we're going to have a little special presentation for the Stone Cipher family, being a 50-year legend. Nolan Ryan started that several years ago, honoring these 50-year recipients, and I think it's a wonderful thing, and I was glad to be part of it. So we will, Penny, just a little bit of, I guess, family stuff. I talked to your dad the other day, and I said, now, Colonel, we got a big offering, and Colonel is a little younger than a lot of people, but still a little older than many of us. And he said, we sold 83 lots last year in 2 hours and 3 minutes. He said, that's just 17 more, Clark. We won't have any trouble. We get done quick. So it's a joy to do it and work with everybody here. And, I mentioned the other guys are involved in the sale, and y'all call on them, the folks you work with. But next time we come on, we need to get Trey to tell a story about how he stole the 8 cow from me, and then we'll get Rick to tell a story about how he got Oasis from me. So we'll tell a couple of stories next time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dad told me when he went through the videos that everyone he marked as a 1.
oh yeah.
Sure, he bids like they're all. I mean, sells them all like they're 1s. The pressure on him.
But Colonel fool around. We'll have a snappy sale, and it's gonna be warm, but we've got plenty of air blowing, so it'll be great. And, I'm gonna be on the box with Trey and Colonel Bowie, and Bruce is gonna be in my ear all morning. So we'll have a good time, and I look forward to it. And I'll be honored for those that come and those that can't to participate. We want to thank them too.
If you want to pick up the online catalog, just go to jonesbeefmasters.com, or you can go to cottagefarmsbeefmasters.com. And I personally want to congratulate the Stone Cipher family for the 50th anniversary raising great Beefmaster cattle. And thank you, Clark and Bruce and Trey, for joining me today. We appreciate everyone watching Cattle Sense podcast. Please hit that subscribe button and share so we can build a large herd of viewers together. Thank you all.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Penny.
Penny.